Hello YouTube. So this is gonna be a different video, that's for sure. This is gonna be my take on hold on. Sorry. This is gonna be my take on Tubbo, and Ranboo, and Michael. If you don't know, that those are people from the Dream SMP, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, please do. Um, some of the points that I'm like, this is unscripted, so I don't have like a script or anything. Um, Sorry about the background noise. So this is just gonna be a story from like my point of view, not a POV or anything. So let's. Oh, and I'm in a different setup. So normally I'm like, oh, hold on, over there. Yeah, I'm still getting used to the whole camera thing. For me, this is my right and this is my left, but it's switched. So this is left and then this is right. It's confusing. My hair is on, like, it's on this side in real life. It's on, and then it's on this side. I might have to switch that around just because it confuses me a little bit. So let's get started. So we start off at Tubbo's house, and Rambo is asking Tubbo if they can adopt a child. So they set out on this grand journey, and this journey where it takes a long time, and they find this zombified piglin a on a chicken, and so then hold that they hold Michael, or they hold the piglin on a chicken, like in an area where it can be safe, and then months go by, and so then they come back to that area, which is in the Netherlands. No, not Netherlands. In the Nether. Sorry. Um, and so then they go ahead and they take him to the Nether, and they want to put him into the overworld, or our world. Um, and so they do that by using a boat and nether portal, and so Michael falls, or the zombie, yeah, Michael falls down into this vat of lava, and luckily they can get him out of there and safely bring him back to our world. And in this world, there is there's like a good house, and so they have to. Rambo is sitting in a boat, moving, like, and while Tubbo and Bad Boy Halo are are helping, like, them dig, and so they're digging through all of, like, Lemonberg, um, until they get to Tubbo's house. And so that's their adoption process. It's so big and stuff. And then after that, then Michael started. Then they build his room, which has, which hasn't really had anything in it, um, like, except for like this light that was in it, like a few torches. That's it. And so then they go ahead and go to there, like to the house, and then correct me if I'm wrong on any of these points. Just disclaimer, these are my stories, not other people's. And so, yeah, and then as time goes on and as Michael grows older, he has a pet chicken, which is adorable. And so so Tubbo and Ranboo, Ranboo has his other side, his altar is the night walking version of him. So it's very much Ranboo in the like Dream SMP, I believe. Like no, like I don't know if that's factual, or I think the first day that he joined, he he got Michael, so that's perfect. And then they got him on Valentine's Day, so that is so cute. And so then and then Rambo has a little bit of DID, which is dissociation identity disorder. I think. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone who has DID, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, I'm just young and stuff like that, so please correct me if I'm wrong again. And so Rambo ends up doing this night walking thing where he's there, but he's not really there. He's almost like his body is there, but his mind is not. I I think I again, disclaimer, if some of the points I'm making are wrong, please correct me. Um just please. I just do in a nice way, please. And so as they're going off on these different journeys through Lemanberg and through the town and everything, and leaving Michael stuck up into like a house area, like his room and everything. He like so as he gets to like that more teenagery area, um he he is interested about his past and what it's like and where did he come from, because he doesn't necessarily look like either of the two, but they do have like that, like he has like this split face that's like one side is this one and then that, so he's like looking at his parents and being like, huh, like side to side looking and being like, uh, how, like how. And so he's asking a bunch of questions like, where was I born, where did I come from. And so so Tubbo and Rambo want to protect Michael and protect him from getting hurt, and they don't necessarily tell him. They just say, oh yeah, like you were like, I think they said that, oh, you were just like, you were our child, we had like a surrogate and stuff like that. And so he just was like, okay. And then he finally goes down into like the basement area, and he sees this chest that says, do not open, Michael. And so what do all teenagers do? They don't listen. I'm a teenager myself, by the way. And so he ends up opening it up, and there's a bunch of files and a bunch of potions and a bunch of different things. And so he's looking through all of these things and realizing that he's adopted, and so he gets very angry by this. So he takes everything up. He takes it to the middle area where Tubbo sleeps, and he tosses the stuff on the bed. And since Tubbo is sleeping, he wakes up from a deep sleep, and so he ends up saying, "What is this? What is all of this?" And then, sorry if I keep saying that. And so then he ends up, then Tubbo ends up waking up, and he sees all of these documentations, birth certificate, potions, everything like that. And he goes, "Whoa, where did you get this?" And then Michael goes, "Yeah, I found it downstairs. It said do not open." So I opened it. And then Tubbo calls upon Ranboo to help him with this, because they wanted to protect him for as long as they can. And so Ranboo joins them in the same room, because Ranboo was in the kitchen area, so so like so uh, so sorry about that. So he walks into the bedroom with Michael and Tubbo, and he sits down on a chair, on the rocking chair that he has, just to calm himself down because of his night walking abilities, and all of that. And so Tubbo asked Ranboo, "Hey, do we want to talk about this? Do we what on their own?" Because they didn't want Michael to hear some of the stuff that they were saying. It's adult talk. And so then he said no, but yes at the same time. So he's like, "No, wait, yes." And then Michael leaves the room to talk to them, and to have those two talk, and then they are ending up being all snuggly, and not necessarily cuddling, but just giving each other positive affirmations, being "I see great beauty, I see great accomplishments, we're doing great, we're trying our best." That's all they can do in that time. So then they bring Michael back into the room after they talked and had not necessarily fun, but just talked. And they said "Oh yeah, I think we should talk about this, and how he was actually born and everything." And so then what he realized, Michael was listening to that whole thing, and so he got mad, and so Michael ended up running away from them, and then he ended up going to his uncle Phil, or no, he went to his uncle Technoblade, or Techno, um to have him be there, because they're both pigs, so they can understand certain things. And so then Tubbo and Ranboo were looking for him everywhere. They went like I'm sorry, I don't know Lemenberg as well as other people do. So, and plus this is a story, so I can tell it however I want. So they went over to like the coffee shop, the school, the the bounce house, the play, like the daycare. They went all over there to see if he was there, and he wasn't. And so they checked in everyone's houses. They checked in Phil's. They checked in Fundy's. They checked in Bad Boy Halos, Skeppy's, and so on and so forth. Until they went to Technoblade, and in this time, Techno and Michael were talking about how he was adopted, and Technoblade said, "Oh no, like your parents like love you, they were protecting you." And so Michael was like, protecting me from what? And then Techno said, "I don't know, they were just protecting you. They were doing the best that they could for new parents. They wanted to protect you." And then he said, "From what?" And so Techno said, "Well, I'm sorry, but I birthed you. Like, I gave birth to you, and I didn't want to give you up. Not yet." So, so that happened, and so they barge in the door. They like kick the door down. Techno and I meant no, not Techno. Ranboo and Tubbo burst in through the door very hard that it nearly broke the door, and then they grabbed Michael, yanked him out, and said, "We love you. We were just like we were just in shock that you found this." Like, they weren't mad at him because they know how he gets when he's mad, and he will run to like he will run to Tubbo or Ranboo, but in this situation he ran to Techno because both of them seemed like they were fighting and arguing about something. So he ran to the next person that he knew that he had somehow relations to, and so they came back, and so they said, "What did Techno say?" And he was like, "Oh, you Techno birthed me." And they were like, "No, that's not it at all." And he was like, and for Techno, his humor is like obviously a little bit messed up. So he ended up going ahead and being like, "Oh yeah, no, sorry, that was a joke." Like, and obviously everyone like was laughing. So, and then he went ahead and Techno, I meant Ranboo and Tubbo went back to their house, and what they did was they told him everything. They told him everything that they know, everything that like they obviously heard about, everything. Everything about being a parent, and so they told him that he was adopted, and no, Techno did not birth him. Um And so he was just in shock and amazed. And so he was just like, "Oh my God, like, I was adopted, blah, blah, blah." And so then they decided to all just have a nice family outing together. They went to they went to the different shops down there. They bought him like new clothes, stuff that would be more his style um rather than uh Tubbo style with Ranboo. Like, they bought him more stuff like that he would like. And so they let him choose what kind of clothes he wanted to wear, and he chose grunge but soft, like both of them. And so then ranboo in his free time sewed a bunch. So Michael said to ranboo, hey, like, I know that one of your hobbies is sewing, so can you like make these into like both like you and like in dad's clothes, like, so then you can combine the two together. And so he said, yes, I can. It may take me a little bit, but I will. And so then he decided to make this. It was the cutest thing ever. It was these blue overalls with this yellow and white striped shirt, because he's like a teenager, or I should more say preteen, in that time where he's more preteen, where he's more into certain things, but like kind of like, I don't know, like if I want to do that. And so then they then he loved it. He was like, oh my god, thank you, you're the best. And so as they were having that night out, they were like, they were happy. They were like being all like, oh yeah, like, I love you too. They were spreading a bunch of like positive affirmations, compliments, and at the end they were all holding hands with Michael in the middle, and they were all walking up, like they were all like holding hands and walking to the sunset to go to the beach with everyone. And then Tommy, Techno, all of them joined as well. They were all holding hands, and then they had a fun and relaxing time at the beach. And that's my take on that. So expect more videos like this coming up. So just expect that, and expect maybe a few things to pop up like here or here. It just depends on what I'm feeling. So, bye.